We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Back up, I'm just switching my craft up. If you ain't got the substance, it's a must that you get passed up. Back up, gotta tell you that your math sucks. Rapping about the cash you do not have doesn't add up. Stop it, I'm not concerned about your profit. I'm gonna hit the booth, tell the truth, give them something to rock with. I'm pinning our story, the beginning of glory. If you feel it like I feel it, put your hands up to the ceiling and witness the realest. We are who we are, we will live through these scars, and we'll come back stronger than just remember one thing. We are who we are, and this is me, homie, like it or not. So no matter what it takes, I'ma fight for my spot. I grasp the essence of rap, and I'm taking it far. Yo, it really ain't hard to spot me. You can watch me, I'm just raising the bar. D to the I, SC reppin', C to the IES, no question. Blessed with the intellect, right to be respect. That's never been the best, but nevertheless, some people think I'm crazy and it just won't last. Well, I would rather walk down that psychopath. So please excuse this intrusion, but I choose bliss. I'm just a nuisance abusing my kung fu grip. You gotta hold on to hope, even if they complain, cause your dreams are your dreams. There's no reason to change. I'm just saying. We are who we are. We will live through these scars, and we'll come back stronger than just remember one thing. We are who we are, and this is me, homie, like it or not. So no matter what it takes, I'ma fight for my spot. I grasp the essence of rap, and I'm taking it far. Yo, it really ain't hard to spot me. You can watch me, I'm just raising the bar. The possibilities will haunt you if you do not live through race. It will pull you under.
Before the king gets to his point, he has a question for everybody here tonight. Has the king got your attention now? Has the message been sent loud and clear? I mean, it was pretty clear on the last NXT whenever he put Brandon Wolf for the damn car window. The reason why the king did what he did to Brandon Wolf last NXT was because he is sick and fucking tired of being overshadowed, of being overlooked, of being underappreciated by washed up has-beens like Brandon Wolf, or punk-ass self-entitled bitches like Eric Silva, or egomaniacs, pussies like the elite one, the paper champ of NXT, Matt Black. The king is the future of NXT. The king is the future of this business and the best damn wrestler in the world today, which is why tonight, Matt Black, the king is going to use you as his personal message board. Because you see, the king, he hasn't forgotten about when you hit him with a steel chair a while back, or when you abandoned him during a 6-man tag team match, or when you let him do all the legwork in our tag match, but the king decided he had enough and super kicked your damn teeth down your throat. Tonight, Matt Black, it's going to be the same fate as Brandon Wolf on the last NXT. You're going to suffer. It's going to be a clear message to things to come for Brandon Wolf and Eric Silva attributed to Troops, and yourself at TakeOver when he beats both their punk asses at Tribute to the Troops. By the way, as for you, Brandon and Eric, I be having eyeballs in the back of my head during y'all's match tonight. But as far as everything's gonna go, at the end of the night, and the same will come at Tribute to the Troops, everybody will be hailing to the king.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome here live for NXT. We've got just a couple of nights left here, folks, before Tribute to the Troops. This is Brian Cole, and I've been joined here tonight on commentary by special guests Philip Ontario and Roman Bedlam. Guys, we have got a major card ahead of us.
Absolutely, we do. Stacked card on the way to Tribute to the Troops with a huge main event. Bobby Mitchell and NXT champion Matt Black. I'm so hyped.
A lot of high stakes here on the road to Tribute to the Truth for sure.
Absolutely. Don't forget, we're also going to see some of Velocity competitors in action.
I just felt the need to come out here and address a few things tonight on NXT. You see, because tonight I go up against Jamal Bedlam. You know, he's a very formidable opponent. Now, I have to admit, he's one of the favorites going into the Battle Royal. And you know what? That's fine. Because if I can prove to people here that I can get a win over him tonight, then there should be no worries. You see, because it's been made very clear to me time and time again, no matter how many times I say that I'm better than everyone here, I'm still slept on. Day in, day out. No matter what I do, no one is pleased. And it's starting to frustrate me. And I think, well, I know that tonight, of all nights, should be the time that you look my way. Don't look anywhere else, because when it's all said and done and the dust settles and I stand holding that title above my head, you will then know that before all of this, I was the best that ever graced this ring, and I will forever be the greatest wrestler of all time here at NXT.
Alright folks, as we just heard from Damien Valentine there, who we'll see in action later tonight, at the beginning of the show, lots of velocity action in front of us, including the matchup right here as Tyson Steele of West Coast Queens makes his way out to take on Alex James in the opening contest. Of course, speaking of Damien Valentine, he will go head-to-head later on with Jamal Bedlam here. This is going to be quite a night here. Very exciting velocity coming up right around the corner following Tribute to the Troops. A lot of anticipation for those matches. The 32-man tournament to crown the first Limitless Division champion.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, for the Cross Country Kings, you know, we've seen them, with the exception of Bobby Mitchell, of course, having a rough night with Mason Chronic. So looking at tonight and maybe a chance to change the narrative against one of the fastest rising stars and everyone's favorite wrestler, Alex James.
A young man who's been enjoying success not just here, but in the AWF, starting off that tag team with Conor Green.
Well, one thing we should note here, Alex James, when he came to NXT, you know, he impressed a lot of people, but he wasn't picking up a lot of wins, a lot of impressive defeats. But in recent times, we have seen that luck change. We've seen Alex James pick up some more wins. We've seen him develop and just get better and better each time he gets in the ring, which is really important when he's got velocity coming up. If he's getting better each and every time, you look at that tournament, that's someone who can go all the way to the finals and win that.
Yeah, worth noting here, Alex James actually had a run-in on SmackDown with Tyson Steele and Jack Mitchell. Had a little bit of backup there where he picked up a pinfall victory over Tyson Steele in the conclusion of that tag team match. You know, then we would see him later go on to defeat Asher Crane in just an absolutely barn burner, almost count anywhere grudge match here on NXT. You got to think, Alex James, things are really heating up for this guy, and of course Asher Crane, he will be going one-on-one again with at Takeover 2 Fight for New York, coming up in just a few weeks' time here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this is a sport of momentum, and when momentum's on your side, it seems like you can be unstoppable. When momentum isn't on your side, sometimes it's hard to get out of that funk, and that's why a match here tonight, Steele and Alex James, you know, these guys, it's going to determine if momentum is on their side, who is going to walk into velocity with everyone thinking, hey, maybe they're going to go all the way.
Well, Alex James, I have gone on record a few times in saying that he's one of my favorites to win the Velocity tournament. But again, the tournament is a grounds testing yourself. There's a lot of guys who want to win that tournament. And Alex is going to look to prove that here against Tyson Steele as he works the leg with those knees.
Alex James here, we know about his submission repertoire, submission finisher, the last stanza. He's going to be sitting up for that early going for the legs and putting on a little bit of his luchador experience there as well with a nice head scissors from the turnbuckle.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyson Steele, that's what he's got to look out for. Alex James, he's not afraid to take some high risk, do some high flying moves like we're seeing here. He's got that lucha libre style, but he's also got that last stanza. If he gets that locked in, it might more often than not, it's the end of the match. So Tyson Steele has to avoid that at all costs.
And Alex might want to avoid just the general brutality of Tyson Steele, because he's going to want to prove something after all the downfall that the cross-country kings have been having.
Tyson Steele, he's a unique hybrid athlete here. You see a very, very interesting position. This guy is built, but he's also very quick for being one of the heavier guys who in the Velocity tournament. Not maybe the biggest guy, tall, height-wise, but he's definitely filled out there. He gets a hold of Alex James. He can put a hurting on him here. Alex James coming.
The Crash Poet went flying. Alex James. I mean, look at this. The fans here tonight are on their feet.
He is everyone's favorite wrestler, so he's got to deliver, and he always delivers.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cole brings up a great point about Tyson Steele. Maybe he's not he doesn't have the biggest size in the world, but geez, look at that! Alex James playing possum, hitting the belly-to-belly suplex, and now heading back up to the top rope. What's this?
Oh, beautiful moonsault!
That could be it right there.
I was going to point out after the run-in between Damien, Valentine, and Alex James just a week ago on NXT, that was almost an ode to Damien Valentine from the Road to Call All-Stars 10, hitting that avalanche belly to belly.
That's right.
Alex, arm down. Oh, and just stomping on the hand. And that's going to do all sorts of damage to the bones inside of your fingers, making offense a bit more difficult. But again, right back on the legs. And weakening him out for the last stanza.
Indian Deathlock applied here. You talked about it there, Philip, at the beginning of this, during the entrances. Alex James, the evolution of this young man has been so rapid since arriving here at NXT.
It's one of the most fascinating things to watch and see how much this young man has grown since he first arrived here in NXT. You could see it on display here tonight. The things he is pulling out, the guy has just picked up so many things since day one, and it really makes you wonder how far can he go.
Tyson Steele, though, is not going to make any of this easier for Alex. No matter how good he is, Tyson's determined to prove himself that he's better.
Oh yeah, look, we've been talking about Alex James, and a lot of people are talking about Alex James. He's their favorite wrestler. But Tyson Steele, he doesn't like that very much. And he's got Bobby Mitchell watching on backstage who doesn't want to take, oh, well, Alex James is getting better and I didn't have a good night. That's not a good enough excuse. Tyson Steele wants to walk out of here tonight and say, you know what, maybe he's getting better, but he's not better than me.
We got a cover here. But a kick out from Alex.
Almost paying homage there to his mentor, Bobby Mitchell, there with that high angle Death Valley driver. And then a slam there as well, followed up off the kick out. Tyson Steele definitely trying to turn this up here. This is a big opportunity for him to prove himself and see his action. Oh, spinebuster in the middle of the ring.
We got a cover here. And Alex manages to get the shoulder up. Staying persistent and staying strong in the match. Typically what Alex is known for. Forearm to the face. Kick to the gut.
Oh! That signature Crash Poet discus knee strike.
Pop Tyson right in the jaw. And just a beautiful drop kick.
Oh, wait. Alex James. Oh! Yeah.
Tiger suplex.
Wait, hold on. Alex James, he doesn't realize Tyson Steele's already up.
Back up quickly. Oh, he slid out of the way.
Chest hitting the turnbuckle, and that'll knock the breath right out of you. You can tell Tyson's
Here we
feeling
go.
it. Watch out. Last stanza locked in.
Oh man, Tyson, he's got nowhere to go. It look, he's just tapped out.
That attack on the legs by Alex James proved to be way too much for Tyson, and once he got caught, it was over.
Absolutely. You know, we said it earlier, Alex James gets the last stanza in, there's nowhere to go, and that's the story of this matchup. He got the last stanza in, Tyson, he had nowhere to go. And Alex James picks up yet another victory, the momentum on his side. Does the momentum continue? Is he on his way to big success in Velocity?
After getting involved in the triple threat between Austin Drake, Jamal Bedlam and Scott McShannon, I find myself against American Justice and Austin Drake, of course, with the British Hit Squad as my tag team partners. You see, it's no secret that I'm one of the most despised people in car wrestling. And none, let's just say none, hate me more than you, Austin Drake. You hate the fact that I get involved every time. You hate the fact that what I do is just to send a message. Because you see, all I want is your attention. And you see, Austin, this isn't the only time we're going to be in the same ring, is it? Because we're also going to be in a battle royal, you know, with Jamal, you know, the guy who always gets in the way. Scott McShannon, his Scottish palate squat. Because let's be honest, guys like Scott McShannon wish they were guys like Tyler Watson. And you see, Scott McShannon, he's going to put some respect on my name. Jamal Bedlam, he is going to put some respect on my name. And don't get me started on Connor Green, because he's the first guy that I beat here. And I'm going to make sure that he is going to put some respect on my name. And I mean some proper respect from that fucking kid. Damien, Valentine, Asher Crane, The Prophet, Alex James, whatever. Just let it be known that not only will I and the British Hit Squad win the 6-man tag, but I will win the Battle Royal. And I'm going to put the ECW Hardcore Division on notice. No. I'm going to put ECW NXT on notice. Because see, when I move on to face the Hardcore Champ, he is going to put some respect on my name. Because I'm going to make it my mission that everybody in ECW puts some respect on the British Hit Squad's name. And you better be fucking sure that you put some respect on my name. Because if you do not put some respect on the British Hit Squad and my name, the bad times, they will come, and they will come hard. So I'll see you in the 6-man tag, Austin Drake, to give you a little taste of what's to come when I win the bloody Battle Royal. And Austin, I'll definitely have your attention.
As we just heard from Tyler Watson as he makes his way out here, this man seemingly has a lot of unsettled issues, some beef, if you will, with many members of the NXT and Velocity roster. More than a bad sense.
Yeah, he really is. Tyler Watson is that guy that just can't get along with almost anyone. He ever since he's arrived here in NXT, he has made almost no friends. He has been a thorn in a lot of people's sides, and clearly we've seen it as we wait for Velocity. We've seen it with the likes of Jamal, Bedlam, Scott Shannon, and more. But it seems Tyler Watson may have found at least 2 friends.
A disappointing boy with 2 friends. Oh God, gagging me this spoon.
An alliance here of British proportions, you could say. Trevor Adams, Adrian Albright come out here. To our surprise, no Wade Norton is joining them tonight. Tyler Watson is joining them in the ring for this.
Yeah, I'm very curious, because when we saw that there was some kind of a friendship or alliance formed here between these 3 men, it was very telling that with these guys aligned and their styles and their personalities certainly they certainly match. They're certainly guys who don't really give a damn what they gotta do. They don't care who they piss off. And it makes you wonder, with these guys on the same page, what they can do here in NXT.
The potential for these 3 to be a devastating unit as a trio is just unimaginable right now. There's a lot of promise.
Could you say that their potential may be limitless?
I see what you did there. That was good.
I have to ask the bigger question here, what is this, sort of like a draft, a lottery ticket for Wade Norton? Is this some kind of sort of
British invasion, dating back to centuries ago. These guys are trying to take over. That's what it is. And NXT, it's all about taking over. And with these guys, I'm really worried, Cole. What could happen with these guys aligned together? But there's one man who I think might be on the same page with a lot of us, who may try and put a stop to that, and that's one of the fastest rising stars we've seen here in NXT over the course of the past few weeks. That's Austin Drake.
Austin Drake, a guy who, that kind of in the same trajectory we saw. You talked about Alex James early on. He's had some great matches, but hasn't quite put them all together yet. But he's definitely growing in popularity nonetheless. And, win or lose, this guy's coming out here. I think he's going to gain some more followers here tonight.
The Street Geek looking to right some wrongs in the sense of the issues he's been having with Tyler Watson. But he's not going to be able to do this alone.
Oh, absolutely not. There's no way he could do it alone. But don't worry, he won't be going at it alone here tonight. He's got some friends of his own.
Absolutely. And Philip, you talk about taking over. It was NXT TakeOver Prelude to Violence. These young men, Justice Gable and Jimmy John American Justice, took on these tag team champions at the time. And that's when we saw the arrival of the British Hit Squad, laying waste to these 2, and that rivalry started all those months ago. And it's coming to a head here. Tribute to the troops, the tide may turn for American Justice as they finally get their chance to go head-to-head with the British Hit Squad in tag team action.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that. I think it's going to be an explosive matchup. A lot of people have been waiting to see those two teams finally collide, and American Justice maybe to get a little bit of retribution, but maybe they could get a little bit of that.
Right away, no tie-up here, go straight to the punches.
Oh, Jesus. What a brutal right hand, just knocking her right down. And I believe that's Jimmy.
Jimmy, ECW veteran fans have been on Raw, been on NXT for going on a few years here himself. No stranger to competition, whether it be tag team, whether it be singles competition. Which is all right there early with that Michinoku driver.
Jimmy rattling the jimmies of Adrian in the corner, and here comes Justice Gable.
Justice.
Beautiful double team like a stump puller leg snap.
All the effectiveness of attacks like this in our opening contest earlier.
We saw how effective that was.
Alex James was able to get that quick submission victory by attacking the legs, and Justice Gable was doing the same to Adrian, just tearing apart at the leg right there.
This is a very sound strategy here, keeping one member of the British Hit Squad isolated at least 3/4 of the way from his partner on the other side of the ring. As you see here, spinning himself around, putting himself between their corner now. And it seems like American Justice came in with a very solid game plan here already.
The gifted ability of American Justice to able to keep that separation, which is very good, because you do not want Tyler anything more out of the British Hit Squad, but Adrian on the comeback here with these strikes.
Oh my! Oh!
Trying to pull the arm right out of his socket.
In the head, the temple catching that top rope in a really nasty spot.
In fact, they come out with the Irish whip and a knee right to the gut.
He's going up to the top rope.
Oh!
Beautiful diving knee drop right to the chest. And again, persistent with those knee drops.
This is not what you want right now. Things were looking good for Justice Gable, and now things have turned in a bad way for him and his team.
And that devastating punch from Adrian again taking full control here. And those headbutts hurt. They're not comfortable for either man, but the receiving one takes it a lot worse. And now he's just choking him out.
Referee giving him a warning. It's on the break the hold in the corner.
See, that's the ruthless style right there of the British Hit Squad, and that's why I see this alliance with Watson, because he has that ruthless style as well. And look, we're seeing it on display right here. These guys don't care. They're looking to hurt their opponents.
1 second. Oh!
Snap Regalplex, dropping Justice right on the back of his head.
Ode to one of the all-time greats there from England, William Regal. The move that he put on the map, and we got a tag in here. It looks like Tyler Watson's going to get involved here. Continuing.
Classic drop toe hold elbow drop combination. Go ahead.
You can see the chemistry is already starting to develop here.
Beautiful, like a T-bone suplex from Tyler Watson.
Worth noting here, Tyler Watson picking up his first singles victory in NXT with Connor Green. The last time we were on air here on NXT in a very spirited match. Of course, the British Hit Squad would get involved as Austin Drake tried to come out for the save after that match. This rivalry, if you will, between Austin Drake and Tyler Watson coming to a head. And here's a tag to Austin Drake. The streak coming in hot here.
Oh man, here we go. The fans here tonight have been waiting to see Drake get his hands on Watson, but Watson was able to dodge that and get out of the ring.
Wait a second, coming in hot. Oh!
Beautiful step up Torrentillo, taking out Tyler Watson. Watson's not going to get away.
Tyler Watson can't run from Austin Drake here tonight. He tried to bail, but Austin Drake has got such a unique offensive style that he can do whatever it takes to get his hands on Watson. Drake's got to be careful.
He had eyes in the back of his head there, saw that one coming. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, jeez.
Slingshot DDT, dropping him right on his head.
Tyler Watson has positioned himself on the outside. Springboard, oh, redemption driver on the floor.
Devastating thing about that redemption driver, so you can hit it practically out of nowhere. And
the Washington Valley driver as well. And Austin Drake may be removed from this. He's still legal, but he's in pain.
Austin Drake made a critical mistake there. He took his eye off the ball. He took his eye off of Tyler Watson, and you can't do that. Tyler Watson is just too good to take your eye off of.
Devious and crafty individual who, despite my disgust in him, is very talented. Can get the job done. It's just... And look at that.
Maybe a little bit of even in the odds.
American Justice with a double kick to Tyler Watson's back, evening things up for Austin Drake as he just proceeds to strike away at Tyler Watson.
This is what Austin Drake needed right here. Big forearm, knocking him to the outside of the ring again.
Watch out.
Oh, man!
Like a heat-seeking missile rushing out at Tyler Watson.
See, that right there is why Austin Drake has won the hearts of our audience every single week. This guy is just so fun to watch.
Nice springboard drop kick into the ring.
He caught him right in the forehead, it looked like. Beautiful drop kick.
He's been waiting to get his hands on Watson like this. Watson costing him that triple threat match on SmackDown recently. Big spine buster.
Watson's just been a major thorn in a lot of people. Austin Drake in particular, but also my brother who may or may not be coming for his pound of flesh sooner or later, knowing him. But he's got more important things on mind, and so does Tyler. Double drop kick.
Let's see, hit with the combined weight of both men here. Deep 2 count there.
And Jimmy John in the match once again, picking up Tyler Watson. And again, Watson does not want to keep being on the receiving end of all these.
Oh, he caught the feed.
That was an excellent counter there by Watson.
Again, Watson has the skill. He has the talent. It's just his attitude is not all there. Yeah, he's way American Justice.
He could be setting up for the end here.
Oh boy. Oh, German suplex, middle of the ring. Dropping right on the back of it. Oh, and there it is.
Redemption driver.
And look at this. 2. That's 3. That one's over, folks. The team of Tyler Watson and the British Hit Squad picking up the victory here tonight.
It's not a good sign of things to come for the NXT brand with these 3 on the receiving end of the victory here.
Watson sending a message here, picking up a clean pinfall over a veteran of the game like Jimmy John. Austin Drake's not going to be happy about this. You got to think that Connor Green may be watching this one very closely as well. A lot of big implications coming off of this victory for Tyler Watson.
Not to mention massive amount of momentum for him and tribute to the troops.
Absolutely. You know, and I got to say, I'm very impressed with what I saw here tonight. They may not be everyone's best friend. They may not be everyone's favorite wrestler, but Tyler Watson, the British Hit Squad, these guys together, they may be unstoppable.
That's the drop from Marcus Grant trying to find refuge on the outside of the ring. Oh my God! Oh, Fisherman here. Fisherman, oh my God! Through the table. Wait a second. Oh, Paul Beavis brings the tables today. He's got him off. One kick to the face.
Just to get right to the face.
Moonsault hit off the ladder. Saw nice hit.
That ladder.
Oh!
That completely backfired. Oh, here comes that follow-up. Oh, if he didn't, that stuff like that's been game over.
Oh my God! Oh! That's rubbing that. Oh no, he just got hurt now.
Oh.
Oh, Marcus, oh my God!
I think that he been a disbelief. And another bad intention for.
Going out into the Marcus, and he pulls another clothesline. The husband, his 60 here. He's taking a comeback on the champion. He might be looking for the clothesline. Watch Roger, and there it is. He's trying to set up for a second touch and take this clothesline. Oh, but it's got the next.
Even higher than.
We have shaped the foundations of our conviction, buried them beneath the deep, where you won't find them, no you won't find them. All the secrets that we keep, we have a new blood coursing through your veins, the children of the fire that refuse to be tamed. So you will fall in line, or fall by the wayside, 'cause we will never change. So you may say you've seen it all before, but we embrace an empire that's ready for war. We will never leave until we've made our mark. You will remember us. Yeah, you will remember us. You always said that we need to prove our worth. We step out, keep prepared for the worst. This is a call out. There's no shelter, no place you can hide. Keep throwing stones at my glasses from the inside. We will never break the down by your passion. You can't stop the waves of progression. I hope you find some resolution in this. We have a new blood coursing through your veins, the children of the fire that refuse to be tamed. So you will fall in line, or fall by the wayside. 'Cause we will never change. So you may say you've seen it all before, but we embrace an empire that's ready for war, and we will
Tyler Watson. The man that has been on my mind these past couple weeks. And you might be asking yourself right now, Connor, why is Tyler on your mind? Why is he bugging you or bothering you? So with that said, let's go down memory lane. Fast forward back a couple weeks in NXT. Tyler Watson has an open challenge, right? I come out and accept it, and me being the rookie that I am, I had an average match, and I secured the victory. But I made a big rookie mistake after the bell had run. You see, I went up to Tyler, extended my hand out to him, and what does he do? He takes a cheap shot at me and starts beating me down in the middle of the ring, which then led to Austin Drake coming down to my aid and saving me, which I'm still thankful for. Fast forward to next week on NXT. The week leading up to this edition of NXT, me and Tyler were hashing out on Twitter, demanding a rematch, and RPJ gave it to us. So, I obviously studied him, and he obviously studied me. We went in there, and we blew the roof off the place. 5-star contest, no complaints. And I will admit, he got the better of me that night. That's not my issue, however. My issue is that he wasn't the better man. And by being the better man, I mean not attacking me, because not shockingly, after the bell had run, he once again assaulted me, and then Austin Drake once again came down to my aid and saved me. So that's not once, but that's twice Tyler has tried taking me out. I don't know his secret agenda against me, if he's trying to end my career early, but guess what? It's not going to work. And I also wanted to let it be known right now that Tyler, I'm not finished with you. By a long shot. If you try anything against Austin Drake here tonight on NXT, I will be by his side to help him out. It's only fair. But on to other pressing matters. Jamal Bedlam. Yeah, I've been watching you very closely, studying all of your weaknesses, what strategies to use against you, how to use your own weight against you, all of that good mumbo jumbo. Because I'm preparing myself to face you in the first round of Velocity. And make no mistake about it, I don't fear you. You may be the Savage, but I don't fear you. I'm standing on my own 2 feet right now and saying, Jamal, do your worst. So don't think I'm going to let you off easily. And speaking of letting off people easily, Damien Valentine, I know me and you haven't properly met, but I like to say that I am studying you very closely too, preparing myself for a potential bout against you. You have a lot of potential, you're a great talent, and I respect you. But when we step in that ring, everything changes. It's full mercenary mode. So not only are you a target, but Jamal and Tyler are on the hit list. So, anytime you three think about the name Connor Green, just know you're on the list, and I will hunt you down and mark you off of it.
And ladies and gentlemen, back here again. This is for our co-main event, and we were talking about it off and on throughout the evening here. It's been the reoccurring theme of Velocity Showcase, and what about the front runner? One of the first Velocity entrants we've seen in action, going back to the road to Qualifiers 10 to show Damien Valentine here. And this guy, this segment, as we heard earlier, he believes he's not just the show guy, he is the substance show.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, and the way the man dresses, it's hard to disagree. Damien Valentine has been very successful in those small amount of time he's been here in NXT, and that's the reason why he's looked at as one of the favorites in the Velocity tournament.
Young man has a lot of confidence. He has the air of just bravado about him that a lot of people just take notice of. Even how he looks now, you just can't help but notice him. He stands out. But it's going to take more than just standing out.
Well, you know who he has stood up to, that being John Blackos.
John Blackos definitely picking up a big victory versus Asher Crane. Of course, a little bit of questions with no answers following what happened after the match with Asher Crane. Alex James getting caught with an inadvertent question mark super kick. We're waiting to hear more about on that. Damien Valentine really didn't have much to say about it here tonight, though. Maybe he's focused more on the upcoming huge match with John Blacko can take over too.
I can't wait for that. I think that one right there, I think that could be a show stealer. You know, Damien Valentine going to have maybe his biggest test to date. And John Blacko's, I mean, he's killing it everywhere he goes. And if you want to stand out here in NXT, no matter who comes in the door, you got to be ready for it. You got to be able to stand the test of time. And John Blacko's, I think he's ready for it. I think it's going to be an excellent match. But I think we're about to see an excellent match here tonight as well between Damien Valentine and the Savage, Jamal Bedlam. That man right there.
You want to bring up John. There's someone who, unironically in this sense, John helped kind of build as well. Even in that match they had at Calls 11, my brother and John, they beat the other hell out of one another, and well, it helped both men equally, which is a rarity.
You gotta think, if you're Damien Valentine here, as he's shown that he's not afraid of the Savage, he knows that match happened. He watched that match closely. He has to know that he has to repeat a performance like John Blacko's and find an answer to a man here that so far it appears to be Scott McShannon, by questionable means, has been able to defeat.
Yeah, I've gone on record and said I think Jamal Bedlam is perhaps the most dangerous man in the Velocity tournament, and I still think that is the case. And oh, look at Damien here. Wait a minute.
So that big boot coming.
One thing Damien Valentine's got to note though, and that's the same thing as Scott McShannon took a note to. I said, Scott McShannon might be the smartest man in the tournament because he used his brain. He used whatever means he could to get a victory. If Damien Valentine is able to maybe outsmart the Savage, he's not going to outpower him. Maybe he can find his way to get a sneaky win tonight.
Okay, you see right there, I mean, just an easy lift there for that spine buster and a quick 2 count off of it. And everything Jamal Bedlam is going to get you with is going to hurt. You're going to feel every one of these punches, every one of these strikes, every one of these slams, whatever he's hitting you with, you're going to remember it. It's, oh my!
Brutal chop from Damien. Now let's make it very clear, my brother has been taking time since that loss to Scott McShannon to just improve his game, his striking in particular, submissions.
Damien there with a spine buster of his own, trying to match the offense here of the Savage. Look at this! Oh!
A springboard frog splash by Damien Valentine and into the cover.
And a kick out. Damien doing the best idea here. You want to keep my brother basically from getting that striking and power game. You don't want him to go off on that. You got to keep him basically distracted.
Oh, you can hear that chop, but as soon as Jamal recovered, just turning Damien Valentine inside out with that boot to the face.
There's one thing, my brother. Watch out.
Ow!
That was a striking power. That brutal fireman's carrying to a discus punch.
I'm sure, like the rest of you guys, I thought we were going to see Savage Cyclone right there, but he had different things in mind.
You see that he used that same tactic on Austin Drake on SmackDown in that triple threat match. It's kind of psyching us out there a little bit.
Don't let the striking and the brawling fool you. My brother can be smart as well. It's just he also can be quite a bit hot-headed.
Yes, he can, and I've said it here on commentary. I think that could potentially be the downfall of the Savage. However, if he keeps delivering shots like that, maybe being hot-headed is not such a bad thing.
Shoulder block, bouncing off of one another. Oh, we catch him the knee lift.
Damien rolling out the ring. Very wise idea.
Oh, and it worked. Caught him off guard there.
You will not see my brother going to the high-flying tactics. It's not really his ball game.
Oh, but it works again for Damien as he caught him with that neck breaker now. And going right back to the top.
Oh, the moonsault. Is this going to be enough? He's got the leg hooked, but no.
like a variation of like Twisted Heartbreak from Damien Valentine. Beautiful variation of a moonsault there.
You gotta know how quick Damien Valentine has been in the last several minutes of this matchup, now hitting the Tornado DDT.
He's just taking a moment here after all of this, showing everybody why he feels that he is the best one here, the man that everybody should be watching in the Velocity tournament. I think Damien Valentine has taken it personally that a lot of people have started to take a favor to the likes of Jamal Bedlam here.
But you gotta think, it didn't also just start with Damien, because yes, with the Call Stars 10 appearance and the performance that he had, you also got to give some credit to John and my brother for sort of rekindling that fire, if you will.
It was Jamal Bedlam out on the floor, and Damien, oh no, what's the show looking to do?
Oh! Crossbody up to the outside, and look at the damage done to both men.
Devastating running crossbody. Damien willing to cause pain to even himself just to make sure he could hurt my brother even more.
It's been a very high impact match here so far, right from the opening bell. Neither of these men have came out here with any intention to slow this down. This is the kind of action you're going to expect every week here on Velocity as this tournament picks up. And it's going to be so exciting to see what comes when we get all 32 of these men vying to become the first winless champion here in Eldorado Championship history. Damien Valentine maybe looking to put a cap on this one here. Oh!
Big super kick.
He put away Asher Crane with that last time we've seen him in action. Oh boy. Davey said to bring it on, but that might be a mistake.
Yeah, like anytime I see my brother just kip up like that, that's horrifying. Oh no. You might want to duck.
Thinking here. Oh, wait a second.
So he was going for that package power driver, but instead Damien turning into a Hurricane Rana.
There's a modified slam there by Damien Valentine, and he's now trying to set it up.
Oh, the second one connects.
Straight to the head. That has got to be it.
Man, look at Damien. He can't believe it. Neither can all these fans. They thought that was going to be it, but the Savage is still in this.
Goodness gracious. The way these two are just going all out on each other, it's almost like they're familiar with one another.
Damien, you get some little bit of frustration now as this match wears on. 2 super kicks. He thought one would have been enough. Two counts is all he's got out of this so far. He's finding out quickly it takes so much more to put away Jamal Bedlam. And again, you have to kind of question maybe it wasn't just skill that Scott McShannon was able to put him away with.
Damien had to realize going into this one, it was not going to be an easy day at the park. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a long time to put down the Savage. And maybe something like this could be what he needs.
Is this a shot at John Blackos, maybe?
Oh, wait.
Oh, but he countered with a knee there.
Watch out. Right on the head.
He was going to do that superplex into the Fade the Blackos.
Might have been looking even for his signature final cut there. And, oh!
Oh, Jesus. There goes that bludgeon kick.
He's not going for the cover here. Jamal Bedlam maybe looking to put the final nail in the coffin here. Oh, boy.
Watch
Statement
out.
time.
Here we go. Down the Savage Cyclone we go.
And that's 3. The Savage Jamal Bedlam picking up the victory here on NXT after an incredible matchup. with the show Damien Valentine.
Damien threw in a lot of good offense here, but once that bicycle kick came in, that spelled the end for Damien. Good lord.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to give it to Damien Valentine. He was very impressive here tonight, but I think tonight was a much-needed win for Jamal Bedlam to prove, hey, I'm still the most dangerous man in this tournament.
I think that just echoes everything you've been saying about him, Philip. This is the man that you want to watch, and maybe the man that you're going to have to beat. As you see, Damien Valentine not impressed here, not happy with how things went down here tonight. Back to the drawing board for the show it is.
The crossroads for these two men. Either A, this man defeats Matt Black, becomes the new ECW NXT champion, the elite NXT champion, come out here and literally try to one up every single other person we see on the challenger. He's going to overlook Anthony Adams 1-2 times here tonight. One spear, he's one tonight. Ducks underneath of this clothesline.
It's going to be like defense once again. It's going to be the power versus...
Anthony Adams. Oh no!
Jealous of the champion.
Turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not. But all the humans is wrong that I died.
Anthony got done.
That Black doing that swing to plunge with this offense. Oh my! Anthony Adams military press. Charlotte Dave's out moving Kate.
Oh, he's going to go for the kill early.
Cause you don't understand. Do what I can. Sometimes it don't make sense.
Kick out. Kick out.
It's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you. The one just to hear me out. So I go watching you. Turn your back like you always do. Pretend that I'm not. But all the humans is wrong that I died.
You talking about putting the big man out. He lifted him up.
Oh, look at this. Go for the sidewalk slam here. There's one of the Skate again.
Here we go.
That lets up. Oh! Oh, no. Anthony Adams.
Oh, he's flailing.
Oh, my God. Anthony Adams has got his eyes on the table today. He's going to lose. No!
Oh, is he gonna? No! What?
Oh my! Oh, stop!
Oh! I don't think we've ever seen that been done by Matt Black. Away? Oh, it does bend back.
He's gonna crush Matt Black. He's gonna kill him. He's not done with the champion yet. Oh! He's gonna defend himself here. He's gonna mercy of it. Up to his feet again. Oh, there's a spine buster. Cameras on him there. There's a spine. Oh, wait a second. Oh, again. Springboard into a moonsault. What is this?
Oh, he caught him.
Through the night here, Matt Black retaining the NXT championship. What is next for the Elite?
Who knows? But let's just relish in the fact that we are still in the era of the Elite One.
That's true. We'll have to wait and see, folks. Watch the comment.
I looked back on NXT 1 week ago, and I of course tuned into SmackDown last week as well. The thought had been on my mind for quite some time now. Matt Black, I know exactly what you're doing. You see, you've become so accustomed as champion to being the one who has the psychological advantage over your opponents, that you start to think of yourself as the face of NXT, the premier champion of NXT. But NXT Universe, correct me if I'm wrong here, but isn't Matt Black the one who lost to me in the middle of this ring? Isn't Matt Black the one who thought the wrath of my great God elbow like so many other top talents in the industry have felt? Aren't I the one who represented NXT as a sole entrant in the Money in the Bank ladder match? Didn't I stand toe-to-toe with the top talents of Raw and came just mere seconds away from parading around both Raw and NXT as Hardcore Champion and then Mr. Money in the Bank? Look, the point is, Matt, you're not in my head. I've got things to worry about with Dallas Canada tribute to the troops. You know what? Maybe I'm in yours. You're now starting to realize NXT was never the Matt Black show. It was always the house that Walter Scott built. So you're trying to take a page out of my playbook, but then you tell against these guys who would make dream opponents for you like I can't keep through your nonsense. If you want another match, you know where to find me. I'm confident that I will beat Dallas Canada. I'm confident I will beat up against the Velocity Invitational Battle at Fight for New York. And perhaps, if you are still actually champion by then, I will have enough stake to claim at an opportunity against you. And as for you, Dallas, you might seem to have the advantage over me in the pound game. I've seen what you are trying to do by, quote-unquote, getting in my head. Mr. Chandler, I've been down this road too far and too often. As I already said, I am confident that I will beat you, and when all is said and done, you can head to Velocity without the Hogwarts title, but your head-down disappointment after the knockout has took the Supreme Athlete out of his boots with the Great Scott elbow. This is my NXT. Then, now, and forever.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event here. Man that has the attention of everyone here tonight. Bobby Mitchell opening the show, calling his shot with Matt Black. And these two, they've not been in the ring in singles competition until tonight. They've been tag team partners. They've had their issues in tag team contests as partners. You had to think that this has been a match that's been a long time in the making here. But it's not just Bobby Mitchell. Even the other champion here, respectively, on NXT, Walter Scott, had some words for Matt Black as well tonight. So again, Matt Black on everybody's mind here as he makes his way down to the main event in a fashion that he's very familiar with.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the NXT champion. And, you know, Matt Black, he hasn't made many friends over the course of the last several months, especially since winning the NXT championship. But he doesn't care. He's in it for the gold and the money, and he's got it. And he's on the mind of a lot of people. You mentioned Walter Scott, who he believes he's the true fighting champion here in NXT. And then you got Bobby Mitchell. You mentioned the former at one point they teamed up. And I remember correctly, Bobby Mitchell actually couldn't deal with Matt Black on that night. Got fed up and left him.
He left him high and dry. Left him out cold with a cross-country kick. Yeah, very much. This match, I don't expect we're going to see a lot of scientific wrestling.
Absolutely. It's been a long time coming here for these two men. It's been brewing. Bobby Mitchell, he wants to be the NXT champion, period. And how do you prove that? You got an opportunity to fight the NXT champion right here, and he's got an even bigger opportunity coming up at Tribute to the Troops. But in the main event tonight against Matt Black, this is as big as it gets.
The leader of the Coward Dynasty does not want none of the cross-country team. As Bobby seemingly made it clear that his mission is to be the NXT champion, and he is not going to stop until he gets to that goal.
You know, Matt Black talked about how unlikable Matt Black, the champion, is. Bobby Mitchell isn't a guy who usually comes out here to try to make friends. He's all about doing things his way. It's rubbed a lot of people wrong. But I have to wonder here, face to face with Matt Black in the ring, with the work ethic that Bobby Mitchell has had, despite some of his tactics, this might be a turning point for Bobby Mitchell, a man who a lot of people have been talking about in recent Call All-Stars events, and even here just in NXT continually making headlines.
Yeah, absolutely. Bobby Mitchell is just he's just someone who just keeps getting better and better, and he's on the mouths of a lot of people. A lot of people are talking about Bobby Mitchell. Look at this here. Matt Black, he wants to
Oh! Look at that. Bobby slapping a coward right in his face. Beautiful.
Already starting off hot, folks.
Apologies here, but it's very clear for me who I'm looking at and rooting for. And it definitely ain't a coward like Matt. As talented as he is, I think he needs this lesson to be taught.
Well, he might get it here tonight. I don't think it's a good idea to piss off Bobby Mitchell. But Matt Black, he's cocky, he's arrogant, he doesn't care. He's gonna try and get in his head.
He did that clothesline a moment ago. He found it that time. Matt Black safely here to the outside, trying to create some space, but Bobby is right back on top of him here. He's jumping on the apron, he's jumping right on the edge of that LED board as well.
Bobby, the knee to the back, and he's going to stretch his back out over his knee. Bobby working on the back of Matt Black, and again, very good strategy here on Bobby's part. If Matt cannot do much with his back, there goes his offense.
Absolutely. These two men right here, they've been on a roll as of late, of course, over the past few months here in NXT. Look at that, the Spanish Fly. Oh man, only a 2 count. That was unbelievable. You say what you want about Matt Black. A lot of people don't like Matt Black, but he's damn good.
Yeah, right down in his face, talking smack there after that chop. No!
It's very clear after Call All-Stars 12, even though he came out in defeat, he's very clearly one of the best in his business.
Yeah,
I may not like his attitude, but
he was a heartbeat away from being Call All-Stars World Champion. Matt Black is one of the very best, and Bobby Mitchell, if he's not there, he's on his way there, defeating the Punisher Fist there at Call All-Stars. Things are looking good for both these men, and now they're colliding here tonight, and this is just amazing. I said at the top of the show, I was looking forward to this match all week long.
Paintbrushed Matt with that slap across the face. There goes the usual cocky attitude of Bobby Mitchell.
You know, I have to point out here, this match, I mean, this has been very explosive already, but you can just feel the intensity and the emotions as well. And look at this. Taking them down in this more. These guys, the egos are colliding as well as their offense here in this match.
These guys' egos are like two gigantic black holes crashing into one another.
Oh, there's There's a Hurricane Rana there by the NXT champion.
Watch out. And the champ takes flight.
Diving over on top of the King.
Out there, Bobby connecting with a rolling Hurricane Rana. Matt Black following up with a Hurricane Rana of his own again, matching one another's offense here. This is so personal between these two, so early here. Bobby Mitchell at takeover, prelude to violence in his first CBV appearance here in ECW. A lot of people said when he won that steel cage match against his rival at the time, Bobby Mitchell deserved a championship opportunity. You know, Matt Black has had that in the back of his mind this entire time. A big chop here from the champion.
Think about what could happen here. If Bobby Mitchell is able to find a way to pick up a victory here tonight, then he walks in the tribute to the troops, and he walks out with a victory there. What does that say about the King?
Come on. We hear Matt Black.
Choking Bobby Mitchell. Again, dirty tactics. It's nothing new for these two. Look at this.
Oh my.
Stretching out the legs of Bobby Mitchell.
Put a lot of pressure. Oh my, look at that. Grabbing at the hamstring there.
And that's very smart, like he's pointing out. You take out those legs, there goes that punchy kick. There goes the majority of Bobby's offense, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Uh-oh. He's going at it again.
This man's responding here. Hands to the champion, telling him you suck, but I mean, you may not like him, but this offense is very methodical here. Look, oh, again.
That's punishing the legs with that unique submission hold. And again, taking out Bobby's legs is a very good idea.
You can make a solid argument that Matt Black is maybe the smartest wrestler in the industry right now. He's proven it right here tonight.
What is this? Oh boy, wait a second.
Look at this Cobra Clutch. Crossface.
Bobby's in the center of the ring as well. He's got nowhere to go.
Oh. Got that arm open there, is able to fight his way out.
That meant to be gingerly paceful on his legs, man. And Matt was able to see it and kick that leg and just work over Bobby with his strikes.
And grab fever pitch here for the main event. Matt Black coming off the ropes. Oh, it's a cure attack.
Popped it straight in the ear with the Enziguri. Just beautiful workmanship.
Oh! Creates an opening there. You think he can hear from the top rope? Lands on his feet. Ducks under. Cross body. Oh!
NXT champion could be in trouble. Wait a minute.
Watch it out. Goodness, what a knee to his face. Bouncing himself off the ropes. And no, not able to kick out.
Bobby able to counter off that forearm. Use the momentum. He's back up again. Oh, wait! Oh, the offense around here.
Yes, he is. Oh, watch out. Oh.
Wait a second.
Uh-oh, caught him.
What an exchange here. Oh!
Damn, to the King. He got him.
Oh, man. I can't believe it. The referee saying that was only a 2 count.
What an exchange of offense. I mean, this has gone back and forth in just the last minute here.
Having the energy to outsmart Matt Black. When do you ever hear someone outsmarting Matt Black?
We can't underestimate the intelligence of the King. That's why he's gotten as far as he has.
Look at this.
The referee telling him to watch the closed fist here, but he's just stomping away on Bobby Mitchell.
That's a frustrated champion right there.
Not taking it Bobby to the violence party here, and watch out. Sort of like a backbreaker.
Oh!
Shooting star press from the middle rope. That could do it.
That's where we got the count here. No, but kick out.
Oh boy, Matt Black. We've seen this from him before. This is where he likes to be. This is one of his go-to maneuvers in this turnbuckle here. As he comes in, boy, Bobby Mitchell spins him around. Wait a second. Oh! Matt Black with a foot barely under the rope, but it saved this match for him. The referee's gone.
They have been that close already. Bobby might have had that match won. Screw that.
And you can see Bobby is not happy about it.
Referee disputing the call here, telling him to leave the officiating to the referee. Matt Black, wait. Oh!
Inverted neckbreaker of sorts, and that's why you can't take your eyes off of Matt Black, even for a second. Watch out.
Oh!
I think he got some of it.
Got to the, looked like hit the lower back there. Matt off the ropes here. Holding on.
Boom. Tilt-a-whirl, DDT. And yes, Matt, I don't like it, but that move was glorious.
Oh, might be night-night.
He sizes Bobby Mitchell up here. Oh!
The ropes here. What is he doing? Oh no. Matt caught him. Look at this. He's got a hold of that arm.
Oh, he was looking for that a moment ago.
Jeez.
Got it this time, and it might be enough.
Pretty not in the position though. 1, 2. No.
Oh, Enziguri nearly putting away the cross-country king here, the King Bobby Mitchell.
Might have had that match won if the referee had been in the right position there.
What is Matt Black doing here? Forearm to the outside. Hitting the far ropes.
Ooh. And look at that dive through the ropes. The King, Bobby Mitchell, catching him with a European uppercut.
Well, Bobby Mitchell back in the ring. I almost said Matt Black still rocked from that uppercut. Bobby, look out!
Oh my God!
Took a clean railroad right over the top rope, landed on his feet.
And Bobby Mitchell putting a hand on the announce table here.
Also, he's really proud of that, and honestly, he should be.
Now it's about how you follow it up.
Not wasting any time. Rolls through. Oh, doesn't go for the cover though.
Beautiful schoolboy powerbomb. That's not enough.
Bobby can't get too frustrated here. He's got to stay focused.
I like what Bobby's doing. He's not putting so much pressure on his lower legs. Just allow the blood flow to keep going back into him.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, the King. Wait. Matt Black catches him. Oh!
Wow. Last rights.
Then that's got to do it right there.
Oh!
The referee is calling too.
Matt Black, the look on his face says it all. The referee telling him he's just trying to do his job. He's trying to call this down the middle. The champion can't believe it. When was the last time somebody is kicked out of the last rights?
Stop any man. That list is very short.
What is this? Bobby Mitchell. Wait, oh!
Jeez, that cross country kick out of nowhere. That could be it. Yes, indeed it is.
Wow, Bobby Mitchell with perhaps the biggest victory he's had here in NXT. He just pinned the NXT champion's shoulders to the mat.
Matt Black was looking for that American Rana again, and he got met with a cross-country kick. Caught him off guard as he was on his knees.
very bad position. Got caught off guard with that cross-country kick. And now, he's on his back, hailing to the king, Bobby Mitchell.
And as NXT concludes here tonight, the fans here in attendance chanting you deserve it to the king. Bobby Mitchell may have made a case here for the NXT Championship going in the tribute to the troops.